didn't know my 50-50 partner Ken was gonna put me on the spot today, and I guess today we're making a video, y'all. Hi, my name is Steve Garrett. This is Ken, the owner of Polished Details. This is Ashley, Rebecca, our associates, and today we're doing a full detail on this Jeep Rubicon. We're gonna back this baby in, give it a nice wash. We're gonna do a nice shampoo on it. We'll hit the wheels. See these beautiful babies on here, some 33s. Well, on this car specifically with the dirt, you might be able to see now that I put some lines in it, you're gonna feel a lot of rough spots. It's gonna be a lot of tar from driving on the vehicle. We will use a clay bar to get most of that dirt off of it, the excess dirt. After we clay bar it, we're gonna need to then rewash it because you wanna get all that excess dirt off. After that, we'll give it a nice dry and then we'll move it on into the actual detail section on the other side of the building. All right, so right now we have Ken using the power washer to get most of the dirt off. He's gonna hit all the tires. He's gonna hit under the rear well. So over here we have Rebecca working as a team. I'm gonna try not to get sprayed all over here. This car is on a time limit. We're on the time frame, so we're gonna try to make this as good as a detail as possible, and that's what we do here at Polished Details. Here we have a simple clay bar. This is gonna get most of the excess dirt on the bottom of the vehicle off. A lot of this times you gotta wash because older cars, this stuff won't do well. You will take off a lot of paint. Ken has some super concentrated foaming soap. We're gonna use this along with spraying on the vehicle while it's wet. All right, here we got Ken loading the foaming soap onto the vehicle. I will then run behind him, hit it with the clay bar, because a lot of times when it's hot outside, you don't wanna hit the vehicle with this clay bar with not at least some type of liquid on the vehicle. It's almost like little nicks, little pieces of dirt. It's all just tar. Drive around a lot, you're gonna get it on your vehicle. On white vehicles, you'll see that little rust looking dot spots. That's what this clay bar is gonna get off. So you take your clay bar, get it wet, you're gonna run this along the entire vehicle. Just a nice smooth. And what this is doing is just getting all that little bit of excess dirt off the vehicle. So now, go by with your hand, as smooth as a baby's butt. The advantage of the brush here is, well, if you're not tall like myself, you're gonna need the brush to get all the dirt off the top of the vehicle. My opinion, I don't like people to get up on ladders if they don't have to, especially when it's wet. We like to be safe here. You wanna put the wipers up so when you start with that brush on this vehicle and you're going across the window, you're not hitting your customers' wipers and damaging them. So it's important to always put them up out of the way, safe and secured. Saves us money. The girls just got done hitting the vehicle with the greaser on the tires and rims. Now we're gonna wash all that excess dirt, soap, everything off, and then we'll start going through our dry period. Once we get there, we'll walk you guys along about how we dry the car off. We'll have the ladies hitting the vehicle with the squeegees. Ken will walk behind them with the air hose and hit all the cracks and crevices. It's just gonna make the drying process go faster, and that's what we're about. When I said again, we're on a time limit, we also wanna make this car look presentable when we go into the actual detailing part and doing the wax and everything on it. You don't wanna have a lot of the water, once everything is dried, a lot of the water will leak out from either door handles, door jambs, window seals, and that's just gonna drip down onto the vehicle. Then when you're doing your wax, you don't want to hand-in-hand water with the wax. All right, so now that we're finished with all that, we're gonna be into the drying process of the vehicle. Here we have some chamois, or in this case, we have the water demons. These towels are absolutely amazing and can be a detailer's best friend. So we'll open a new one. These towels can be literally, if you follow me over here, we can dip these in water. They can be soaking wet. Get it dried off. Get that excess water out. Now, this towel, as you can see with Rebecca here, will dry this entire vehicle off. So, with that being said, this towel is literally all about details. It's gonna help you in the long run when you get to that part where when we get to the detailing side and you go to put your wax and everything on, you're not gonna have those water spots on the vehicle to deal with. So here, we're gonna use the Super Blue Tire Shine. This stuff can be your best friend or it could be very dangerous to use. Simply because this will spread throughout the entire vehicle. If you have the little bit of wind, a little bit of gust, when you're spraying it on the vehicle, it will get, if I sprayed this right now with the little bit of wind and draft that we have, it would then be spotted over this entire vehicle. So that being said, Ken, if you could do the honors for me and close that door, please. Now, I will be able to hit the entire vehicle. After they are sprayed, it's important to wipe a little bit of the excess spray off, because back to that, when I said about the wind gust, as soon as you start driving this car and the wheels start turning, all that excess that you had on here will then spit up, especially from the front tires, and then it will be on the vehicle. It's guaranteed. So it's definitely important to get the little bit of excess off the tire and rim. Came from the wash side of the building, and he's going to be backing in here any second with that Jeep Rubicon into our detail facility of the building. From here on, we will be focusing on the inside of the car and all the little details. All right, so the phases of it are going to be, we will get the little bit of excess water that you see dripping down on the vehicle. We will get all of that off. We will then start on the inside of the vehicle. We will hit it with the airbrush. I like to personally take the airbrush and go from the back of the vehicle to the front of the vehicle. Spray all that dirt from the back to the front. Just makes it easier to sweep the entire vehicle out. Even though we will sweep the entire vehicle out, there is a lot of dirt that's gonna be in junk, that's gonna be under the seats. If we open the doors to a customer's vehicle, during the detail, you're gonna find personal possessions. You wanna remove all that stuff, put it in a safe place, and then return that stuff when the detail is actually done. So here, we got some stuff in the back seat. There was a back mat, we're gonna take that out. If you come to the front here, all right. A lot of times Jeeps will have these nice mat, the WeatherTechs, to just protect the under carpet from getting completely dirty. We have Ashley over here sweeping out the back of the vehicle. You're gonna see that a lot of this time in different cars, they have textured carpet. This carpet specifically, I'm not a fan of because a lot of times it's hard to get all that excess dirt and everything out of there. That's why I said it was important to use that air hose to get a lot of this up. What we can do here with carpet that is textured and it's hard to get out, we can then, watch yourself Ashley, spray the carpet, get it a little bit damp, and what this enzyme will do is you're gonna then be able to get a lot of that dirt that comes up, because what this does is it lifts the carpet and it's gonna bring a lot of that dirt up out of the carpet. This is the Blue Quartz ceramic liquid. It's gonna give it a 1-year coat on your vehicle. So what that means is, once you see a little bit of rainwater on a car, a lot of times if it doesn't have the ceramic coat on it, it'll actually sit on the car. Once you see this on the vehicle and it rains, you'll see the water literally trickling off. We also have a ceramic 5-year coat. That coat specifically is saving you time, it's saving you money from having to go constantly to the car wash to get that dirt and grime off your car. It goes also back to a lot of the tar that comes off your tires onto your vehicle. It's not gonna stick as easy to your car because of that 5-year coat. It's that good. I promise you, it is worth the money. Here at Polished Detailz, you get that 5-year ceramic coat, it is worth the money. Okay. So inside now, we are focusing on the interior clean. This car specifically, it's not really all that dirty, but still important to hit all the cracks, crevices, to make that customer happy. The importance of detailing is to make a customer happy when they see their car after it has been, you know, dirty for a while. People enjoy, I mean, at least I myself enjoy a nice clean car. Over here now we have Ken starting the steamer process. What that does is we put the steamer into one of the vents. It's gonna run the steam through the vents for about, I don't know, a few minutes. Once it goes all the way through the vent, you can see that it's actually, when it's doing its job, all that steam will start coming out of all of these vents. And what that's doing is getting all the extra excess dirt, grime. The smell is the most important thing that it's getting out of your vehicle. So when you turn your vents on, you're gonna have that fresh, clean smell to your car. So the process of shampooing the carpet now is we have a shampoo machine. Over here is the shampoo machine. We then have Pops. He's going to spray the carpet with the shampoo. It's going to also lift up all that excess dirt out of the carpet. We already did that once, but now we want to do it again, because what this machine is going to do in the long run is make this carpet look very presentable. And it's like this every time. Every time a customer sees the fact that we put into the detailedness, it's simply of putting lines into the carpet. They look at it and they're like, wow, it makes every vehicle stand out just that much more. Just this specific brand of carpet, I don't know why, you know, manufacturers still use it, because simply it's a pain in the butt. So once you go over it a couple times, you're gonna actually see that it's gonna lift even extra hair. Like this person obviously has an animal or two, and they use this vehicle a lot to mud in, to travel in. And with that being said, even after we have swept it one time, we've shampooed and then also swept it again, you're still seeing dog hair, particles coming out of the carpet. But that's the most important thing with this specific shampoo machine. It does its job. So what we got going on now is the polish and wax part of this detail. You'll see Ken and Rebecca over here. We have Rebecca wiping the extra wax off. We have someone that's going through putting wax on. So working as a team, it's going to be important to get this car out faster. Now, you'll see that they're also polishing the windows on here. This is important with the ceramic wax that we are using, because it's treating the windows. You have your products like Rain-X and all that you can spray on your windows, and it'll prevent the water spots on your windows. Well, this ceramic wax is actually doing that job for you. So then again, you're saving money. You'll also see that the ladies over here are using gloves. A lot of this chemicals that we're using, you know, it's not good for your fingers. It's not good for your hands. The dirt, the grime, you'll actually see that it'll dry your hands out. It's also important to wear gloves during the detail, simply because once you put this wax on, if you don't have gloves on and you go to touch the vehicle, you will put fingerprints all through the vehicle. So with wearing the gloves, you're not gonna have your fingerprints. So what we have Ken doing now is, and what we think to be an important part of the detail process, is also waxing with the ceramic coat into the door jamb. It welcomes the customer into the car. After we get it out of there and we get it over here, we go through the whole process of waxing. You find mistakes. You find it's the little details that matter. You can see on here that I myself missed a lot of bugs and everything on the front of this grill. So what I'll do then is grab some of the cleaner, grab the clay bar, give it a light spray, because I don't want to use it being dry, because it's just going to leave marks. I will then go back over with the clay bar to get all that excess stuff off. So over here, Rebecca is using the light, going around the vehicle to find little parts that still have wax on them, and it's just gonna, the light will actually help you find it. Like for instance, right in here, you take the light, you can't see it. You use the light, now you can see all those little bit of extra marks, and there you have it. So what we got going on here is we have some cutting compound. What I'm gonna do with this is, most of the time on details. And when I mean most of the time, it's most of the time. Most cars that women drive, if you look where your door handle is at your door jamb, when women grab it, their fingernails will scratch somewhere along the inside right here, just from opening the door constantly. So if you take some cutting compound and put it on your finger, you can then try to fill some of those scratches. And most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, this cutting compound will fill those scratches. So that's what we're looking for here. We went through an express detail. That was a car that is not so much dirty on the inside, it's not so much dirty on the outside. With that being said, we focus on the nooks, the crannies, all the little crevices inside the car, because that's what's gonna stick out most to this customer, because they already know where all that dirt is at. You know, if that car was a little bit dirty and we wanted to push it to the full detail, it's gonna run 225 and then it could go up. And this is all varies and depending on the polishes that we're using, the waxes that we're using, if we have to cut and compound it. All right, y'all, so I wanna thank you guys for watching. I wanna thank you guys for joining us through this journey. I wanna thank you guys for supporting small businesses like ours. Also, I would like you guys, if you would go and subscribe. We got an Instagram, we have a Facebook. Follow us along, you might learn some things along the way. And thank you guys again.